Yeah. So I think today is a review class and we finish the chapter 7. And do you have any question for the exam before I start the review? Any questions?
The note sheets, like clean type, right? Or
Clean type, you like the note sheet is one page. I will send out the announcement after this. It will be one single page, front and back, and you can put whatever you want. What else? You can handwrite it or type it. It's this exam covers chapter 5, 6, and 7, and according to my statistics, the average on the second exam will be lower than the first one. So be prepared for the exam. Okay. The reason is for the second exam we have chapter 5, which is slightly more challenging, and yeah, all multiple choice. So in total we have 25 plus 2, because we have 2 bonus questions. You get higher than 100% if you get all the questions. So the highest question grade you can get is 108 over 100. What else? Okay, so let's look at the first question. It said, which of the following? Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so those questions. I don't know, like I feel like in the class when I ask you, I just feel like I get positive feedback on the strategies to hedge the risk or do speculations. But according to my statistics, because I taught this class this is my 8th year. So for some reason, the average on the second exam is lower than the first one. It's always like for every single semester. So I just want to give you a heads up. Be prepared for the exam, okay? Those questions are what questions I found has relatively lower correct rate. So which of the following is the most likely strategy for a US firm that will be receiving Swiss francs in the future and desire to avoid exchange rate risk? And assuming the firm has no offsetting position in francs means that these Swiss franc are pure exposure to exchange rate risk. So which of the following strategy is most likely strategy that the US firm gonna receiving Swiss franc, which is a foreign currency? Purchase call, can purchase call works to hedge the risk? How many of you guys think purchasing a call can hedge future receivables? No one? Sell future contracts. Obtain a forward contract to purchase a French franc, Swiss franc. No. Yeah, the correct answer is B. We're gonna sell it, and I mean, just I don't know. Like this is a trade-off. So if I allow for everything on the cheat sheet, I found that you probably just copy and paste without reading. Then in the exam, you're gonna waste your time to read it. So in China, like I'm like in the school in China from like K-12 until college, and in China, I didn't see a single exam allows any cheat sheet. And then we need to memorize everything. Then I feel like it's a trade-off. Like of course, you think with the cheat sheet it helps. If you forget something, you can find the information. But on another hand, you won't memorize everything. So that's the trade-off. So when you copy and paste the study guide on your cheat sheet, try to at least read it several times, understand it. Instead of just copy and paste, then you need to think about the question and then like which is the proper content to solve it instead of just read it in the exam. So let's read this together. So if the multinational corporation need a foreign currency to pay for import, which means they need to buy foreign currency, right? They need a foreign currency to pay for imports, which means or supplies. The language can be supplies, which means this multinational corporation needs to buy underlying assets or foreign currency. They can purchase a forward contract, okay? Because they buy underlying assets, they purchase a forward contract, purchasing futures contract, purchase call options, and the right put option. This actually is not for hedging, this is for speculation. I just put it over here. So this is for speculation, not hedging. The reason I put it over here because this is a group of strategy when you expect the foreign currency gonna appreciate. Okay. So this is for speculation. The main strategy will be purchasing forward contracts, purchasing futures contract, purchase call option. And if the multinational corporation need to sell foreign currencies for exporting, like they have future receivables, as we see here. What are they gonna do is they sell forward contract, sell futures contract, purchase put option, and write call option that's for speculations. I group this is because, again, so this is when we expect like worries about the foreign currency gonna depreciate. The strategy, I kind of think it's a group of strategy that we can use, but this is basically worrying the underlying assets gonna appreciate against the US dollar. So this is a worry about the foreign currency or underlying assets gonna appreciate against the home currency. This is that we worry about the foreign currency gonna depreciate against the home currency. So we're gonna sell it. So any question for the strategy? I mean, again, I just according to my data, I just feel like those strategy questions actually caught a lot of people. So just be careful that you at least read the strategy instead of just copy and paste. So second question, if your firm expects euro to substantially depreciate, okay, this is speculation. You could speculate buy or sell euro call option. Buy or sell euro, buy euro call option. So you think euro gonna substantially depreciate? That's this scenario. You can sell call option according to the study guide. Okay, so if you just cannot figure it out immediately, just read the study guide. So you're gonna be sell call option or buy or sell euro forward contract. Buy or sell for euro forward contract. you worry that you're gonna substantially depreciate, then you how many guys think it's buy? How many guys think it's sell? Just look at here, it's selling your forward contract. So both are selling. And I also put this is similar group of strategy. So expect the currency gonna appreciate. You're gonna purchase forward, purchase the futures, purchase call and write put option. Expect the currency to depreciate. You're gonna selling forward, selling futures, writing call options and purchasing put options. The thing is, if you look at here, for the forward, usually we do not use forward contract to do speculation, okay? So usually we use future contract to do speculation. But the reason I put it here is that it's a group of strategies that you can use. They serve as a similar purpose. So question 3, the shorter the time to expiration date for currency, what happened will be the premium of call option, greater or lower? Shorter time to expiration date. Do you think the call option premium and other things are all equal? Do you think the call option premium will be higher or lower? Lower. And what happened to the premium of put option? Lower. So both are lower. If you look at here, so basically, so the premium of call option is linked by 3 factors. First, the spot price relative to strike price. The higher, the call option premium will be higher. The second one is the length of time before expiration date. The longer time to expiration date, the higher the option premium will be. And the third one is potential variability. The higher the option premium will be higher, okay? And for put option, I'm gonna change this, the first one, because I want to be consistent with call, but I feel like it's easier to put it as strike price minus spot rate. So X minus S. So the lower the spot rate relative to strike price, or the higher, I don't know which way it's better for you to understand. I put it either way. The higher the strike price relative to the spot rate, the higher the probability that the option will be exercised. So the put option premium will be higher. The second and the third, length of time until expiration date and the variability, these are the same to the call options. When the time to expiration date is longer, no matter whether it's call option or put option, the premium is gonna be higher because there is a higher chance you have more time to think about whether you're gonna exercise it or not. And the variability or volatility, the higher the premium will be higher. Just remember when you for here, just remember that as I mentioned, like there's a conference on option research, and they distribute the caps, water bottles right at I love volatility because all option researchers want the volatility be higher. Okay. And again, just when you copy and paste, if you do not want to do handwriting, and when you copy and paste, read it several times. Okay, read it. That's the most important thing to do. And this question 4, which of the following is true? So just for this one, just look at this table, read it several times so you know the difference between forward and the futures. So most of forward contracts between firms and banks are for speculative purpose. Eric, Gilbertson, Eric. Okay, so do you think that's true or false? Choice A, question 4. How could you make it true? So most forward contracts between firms and banks are for what purpose? Non-speculation means, okay, I'm gonna move to next one. Dalton. No, change the word. Do not use non-speculative word. He cannot get it, but what's a formal ways to call it? Even Winkler. The question is how to make the choice A correct. Yeah. You can give up. If you say pass, that's okay. Okay, Lucas Windorf. Andy.
Can you just tell us the answer? We're all passing. We don't know what it is.
Anyone knows? You can earn some. Yes. So it's a hedging purpose. Okay, I'm gonna get your name. What's your last name? Okay. Okay, so that one is a hedging purpose. Okay, so most forward contracts are for hedging purpose. Oh, question B, a security deposit is not required for futures contract. Nate, Straffy, Straff, okay. Colin Sloan.
The question would be,
B.
look at the chart, it says that security deposits are.
Thank you very much. So B is not correct, it's false because look at the, as he said, look at the chart. Futures contracts need some deposit. Question, choice C, forward contracts offered by banks have maturities for only 4 possible dates in the future. Andrew, and the last name started with P and ended with S. So who is Andrew? Andrew, yeah.
What was the question? Can you go one more time?
Question, the choice C, do you think it's like true or false?
C.
I think it's false.
Why?
I don't think that any of those are correct. I think those are answers to the total question.
How do you make C correct?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Do you know?
I'm reading it again.
Okay, read it. I will give you some. It can be any date because it's customized. Yes, you're right. So because the forward contracts are fully customized and it can be any date. It's not only 4. Okay, so that's question 4. Any questions? Comment? No. Okay, question 5. A firm sell a currency futures contract and then decide before the settlement date that it no longer want to maintain such a position. You can close out its position by. So I'm gonna give you a little time, read it, then I will comment. Ready to go? Parker Paulson? Yes. So because it's a selling, we're gonna buy the identical futures contract. Thank you very much. So question 5 is A. And question 6, firm want to use an option to hedge 12.5 million in receivables from New Zealand firms. Okay, so my first question, I will not repeat the question. Okay, so the first question is, do you think this option is a put option or a call option? Keaton, Monty, Emily. Put, yes. So that's a put option because it's receivables. So the company want to sell the underlying assets. They're gonna use a put option. Okay, just be careful when you solve the question like this. You first need to know whether it's call option or put option. If it's receivable, it's put option. If it's future needs, it will be call option. So receivable, that means it's a put option. And the premium is 3 cents. Exercise price for New Zealand dollar is 0.55. If the option is exercised, what's the total amount of US dollar received after you account for the premium paid? I'm gonna give you a little time, let you do the calculation. Then I'm gonna again randomly call names, just you know, double check whether you get the correct answer. You need to factor in the premiums.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, how many of you think you get an answer? Wow, that's a lot. Sandra?
It is 66,500,000.
How could you get it? That's a correct answer.
How did I get it?
Yeah.
I took the 12.5 million times the 0.55 cents. And then took the 12.5 million times the 3 cents and then subtracted.
Yeah, okay, subtracting. Do you all get the same? Do you need me to explain how? No, you're good, because you have a native speaker to explain it. That was good. Okay, so you purchase a call option on pounds for a premium of 3 cents. This is a call option, okay? Okay, just be careful. So that's my style. I want to explain it a little bit so that you will not be surprised. So in question 6, it's a put option. Then in the exam, there's a large chance that it's a call option. Because I wouldn't put the 2 put option, one in the test one, another is in the exam. Okay. So this one is a call option, large chance that you're gonna get a similar question, but it's put option. Do I make here clear enough? Because I was blamed, like my students said, oh, you test the column. I'm like, yes. It's a different type of options. So you purchase the call option on the pound for the premium of 3 cents per unit, with the exercise price of 1.464. And then the option will not be exercised until expiration date, if at all. This sentence you can comfortably ignore it, because according to a lot of finance papers, and exercise your option earlier actually does not benefit yourself. Okay, so usually people do not do early exercise. I trade option for a couple years. I only experienced 3 times of early exercise because I sell options. So the early access is really not allowed. So if spot rate on the expiration date is 1.65, what's your net profit per unit? Again, I'm gonna give you a little time. Think about it. You can discuss with your classmates. Factor in the premium paid. Okay, ready to go? So what's the answer?
You take the 1.65 minus 1.64, 1 cent.
Yeah, that's correct. How many of you guys think it's negative 2%? Okay, that looks good. So, okay, question 8. I'm gonna just let you know this. This is a call option, and in the exam, you're gonna say a put option question. Okay, so it's opposite. So call option on Australian dollar has a strike price of 0.56, and now the exchange rate is 0.59. So the call option is in the money option. This is because when spot rate greater than strike price, you're gonna exercise it. The definition is in the money. Okay, so strike price is 0.56, spot rate is 0.59. Spot rate greater than strike price, that's in the money option. That's how we define it. So copy this, copy and paste. And the tricky thing is if you look at this, spot rate greater than strike price, it's in the money for call, but out of money for put. So clearly label which one is for call, which one is for put. Otherwise, you're gonna get wrong answers. I do see like a lot of my students, they messed up. They probably put it, but they very small or didn't clear. Then they get messed up. Like which one is call, which one is put. I cannot tell you in the exam. Then I see the wrong answer. Okay, so question 9. Frank is an option speculator. He anticipates the Danish kroner will appreciate from its current level of 19 cents to 21 cents. Currently, kroner options are available with the exercise price of 18 cents, a premium of 2 cents. Should Frank attempt to buy this option? So this is a call option. And if the future spot rate of Danish kroner is indeed 21 cents, what is his profit and loss? So I'm gonna again give you a little time, let you think about it. Ready to go? Sam,
Yes.
B. Okay, so can you explain how could you get this 1 cent?
Oh, so this would be from the initial 21 cents, producing the 21 cents, and then you add the 18 cents in the premium with 2 cents, and then 21 minus 20 would be.
1 second. Okay, so the speculation strategy gonna be, because it's a call option, you have the right to buy, right, at 18 cents. You pay premium, so your total cash outflow is 20 cents per share per unit. Then you sell it at 21 cents. Your profit for each unit of product is 1 cent, and the answer is yes. Do you think that's clear? Okay, so I also put the study guide here so you can read this. Question 10, this is a locational arbitrage. Again, I'm gonna give you a little time, let you read it. So we have American Bank for Indian rupee and the National Bank for Indian rupee. Do you think we can conduct locational arbitrage or not? Nathan, what's the correct answer for question 10? From National Bank at ask rate and selling them to American Bank at the bid rate. So how many of you guys think the correct answer is? Do you have different opinions? No. Okay, thank you very much. And the question 11. Okay, that's a good one to ask. Okay, I'm gonna read the question. It said if you have an option position in which you might be obligated to buy euros, you are call writer, put writer, put buyer, future seller. So the future seller is definitely wrong. Trenton, Krogman, put writer, yes. Thank you very much. So this is a put writer because the put option buyer has a right to sell, then put options writer has obligation to buy. So just I put these two here. So just read through and maybe put this on your formula sheet. Do you have any question for this question? Question 11? No. Question 12. The annualized forward premium on euro is 7%. What is the 90-day forward rate on euro if spot rate today is 1.25? So annualized the forward premium gonna be forward rate divided by spot rate minus 1 times 360 divided by 90 day, because this is a 90-day forward. And this equals to 7%. And then the spot rate is 1.25. Let you calculate the forward rate. I'm gonna give you a little time. Please do the calculation. It is on the back because we try to analyze. Oh, okay. Yeah. So because it's, if we calculate this, that's for 90 days, then we multiply for 2. Oh, okay, sorry. So how many of you guys get A? So how many will get A? 1.27. So you can either use this one or directly use the formula here. How could I get the formula from here to here? It's gonna be like, because we multiply with 360 divided by 20, so we kind of switch it to another side. So multiply with 90 divided by 360 on both sides of equation. So this will be 1. And it becomes spot forward rate divided by spot rate minus 1 equals to 7% times 360. Sorry, this is 90 divided by 360. Ninety divided by 360. So 90 divided by 360. Then forward rate gonna be 1 plus 7% times 90 divided by 360 multiply with spot rate. So it's this formula. You can use either one. But you're gonna get 1.27. Okay. Any question for question 12? Comment for question 12. Question 13. On January 1st, Madison Co. ordered raw material from Japan and agreed to pay 100 million Japanese yen for this order on April 1st. So it negotiated a 3-month forward contract to obtain 100 million Japanese yen on that date at like $0.009. On February 1st, so my first question is, when Madison Co. negotiate a 3-month forward contract to obtain 100 million Japanese yen, do you think Madison Co. is buying like purchasing the forward or selling the forward? Correct? Selling it for sure. Seeing Patty or Sean. Okay, so that challenged me. Like, I think the EA should pronounce as E. So I don't know why. So Sean Callier. I don't know. Ben. It like here it's purchase. This one means that the company purchases the forward or sell the forward contract.
Selling dollars, distributing.
Okay, Kyle. Buy. Alisa, buy. So it's gonna be buy because they said they need 100 million Japanese yen. Right, so they're gonna buy 100 million Japanese yen, so they're gonna purchase a forward contract. Does that make sense? Okay, how many of you guys think you understand why the first forward contract is a purchase order? Some. How about rest of the class? Yes, because they need to pay 100 million Japanese yen so that they can use the Japanese yen to pay the raw material. They need to purchase Japanese yen first, then they can use Japanese yen to pay their suppliers. So that's why the first forward contract is purchase forward contract, Japanese yen forward contract. Does this make sense? Okay, so on February 1st, the Japanese firm informed the Madison Co. that it wouldn't be able to fulfill the order. Japanese yen's spot rate on February 1st is 0.087, and the 2 months forward rate exhibits 3% discount. This is not an annualized one. Can you figure out the forward rate on February 1st? It's gonna equals to spot rate times 1 plus P here. P is 2%, but it's discount. Spot rate is 0.0087. Please do a quick calculation. Find out the forward rate on February 1st. The tricky thing for this question is that we know the spot rate, we know the forward discount. Then we need to figure out the forward rate on February 1st. Jerry?
Yeah. Is it 0.0084?
Yes, thank you very much. So you're gonna be this 0.0087 times 1 plus negative 2%. So it's 0.00844. Then to offset the existing contract, Madison Co. will negotiate a forward contract to buy or sell Japanese yen forward. Colin Hansen? Sell, thank you very much. So what's the amount? What's the profit and loss? I'm gonna give you time to do the calculation. So if selling yen, we can work out this one.
Over there,
You were.
3%.
Oh,
We were.
it's a 3%. Thank you very much. So this is. So you're also mentioning this, right? You're also trying to point out that's negative 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a typo catch. So what do you get? It's A or B, it's a gain or a loss? A loss? How many of you guys think it's a loss? How about the rest of the class? Do you get a loss? Okay, so that's a loss. I also put the procedure here so you can follow on this. Question 14, to force the value of pound to appreciate against the US dollar. This is called the coordinated intervention. Okay. Coordinated intervention. So to force British pound appreciate against the US dollar, Federal Reserve should do what? Sell pound or sell dollars? Ethan didn't. Ethan.
Besides like intervention.
Coordinating. Sorry for my handwriting. So Ethan, who is Ethan? Sell dollar per pound. And the European Central Bank should sell dollar per pound. Yes, you're right. So the correct answer is A. So these two central banks should do the same. If they do opposite, then it will weaken the effect. And to make a British pound appreciate against the US dollar, we sell dollar for pound, so that demand for pound go up and the supply for dollar will go up. Okay. I also put the interventions effect here, so you can read it and maybe copy and paste on your formula sheet. Which of the following is an example of direct intervention? Which following is a direct intervention? Oh my God. So Hannah, Daniel. Yes, thank you very much. Because the rest will be changing other macro variables. Only C is direct intervention. So it's a C. Question 16. If a speculator expects that the Fed will intervene by exchanging dollar for Japanese yen, she would do what? So first, let's focus on the first half of the sentence. Speculator expect the Fed will intervene by exchanging US dollar for Japanese yen. My question is, do you think Japanese yen gonna appreciate or depreciate against the US dollar? Zach? Court? The question is, do you think Japanese yen gonna appreciate or depreciate against the US dollar? That's okay. Krista?
Appreciate.
Yes, thank you very much. Because the Fed kind of will buy more Japanese yen, right? So they sell US dollar to buy Japanese yen. Japanese yen's demand gonna go up. So Japanese yen gonna appreciate against the US dollar. Gonna go. Then basically it's like the speculator expect the Japanese yen gonna appreciate against the US dollar. How to do speculations? First, purchase yen put option, sell yen futures contract, purchase yen call option, buy US Treasury bond. Yes, it's gonna be purchase yen call options, right? Thank you, Lo. So that's question 16. Do you have any question here? Sam, question? No question? Okay, to weaken US dollar using sterlingized intervention, Fed will buy or sell US dollar. Alex Baldwin. Okay, thank you very much. Because if we try to weaken US dollar, we need to sell US dollar. And then should we sell or buy Treasury securities? Sell, yes. We're gonna sell it. So this two is consistent. When we sell US dollar, we sell Treasury security. When we buy US dollar, we buy Treasury securities. So both are sell. Okay, question 18. Due to which arbitrage market forces should realign the relation between interest rate differential of two currency and the forward premium discount on forward exchange rate? Even Winkler. Cover interest arbitrage, yes. So it's cover interest arbitrage. Because it's a forward contract, the only cover interest arbitrage involves a forward contract. In which case we'll look question 19. So question 19. In which case will locational arbitrage most likely be feasible? Like in which scenario we can do cover interest, no, locational arbitrage? So one bank's speed rate is greater than, yes, that's B. Wait, what's your name? Okay, Paulson. Okay. Thank you. So this is B here. So the condition is put here on the study guide. So please just read each feasible conditions. For locational arbitrage, is one location's bid rate is greater than another location's ask rate. For triangular arbitrage, the condition is like the cross exchange rate is not properly set. And for cover interest arbitrage is, what's the condition for cover interest arbitrage? Anyone? For cover interest arbitrage,
the process of capitalizing the interest rate differential between two countries while covering your exchange rate risk with a forward contract.
that's a definition. Yeah. And then what's the condition? Like which situation we can conduct cover interest arbitrage? I'm gonna give you a little time. You can discuss with your classmates. What's the condition that we can conduct cover interest arbitrage?
Right.
Yes, so the condition is that when interest rate parity does not hold, if interest rate parity does not hold, we can do cover interest arbitrage. If interest rate parity holds, we cannot do cover interest arbitrage. Do I make it clear? Okay, so question 20, assume that US investors are benefiting from cover interest arbitrage due to high interest on euros. You're gonna put downward or upward pressure on euro or euro's spot rate, forward rate, US interest rate, or euro's interest rate. Ben,
20. Okay. He's got it.
Pressure on gross spot rate.
okay, how many of you guys think the answer is B? Forward rate. B. How many of you guys think it's forward? B. Okay. So why is that? It's Colin, right?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is B? Thank you.
Good question.
But okay, it's like it increases the demand for euros. You still have the supply available for dollars, so we start selling it at more of a discount.
Okay, so anyone can explain why it is B? Anyone can explain why it is B?
I trust that. That's my answer.
This one is that.
Anyone change play why it is Holly? No.
I've said employee trusted Ben, so.
I just,
Is it what powers?
Okay, so please quiet, we have expert over here.
Okay, the interest is greater in the home country than the other country, and so they can do the covered, it's arbitrary.
Okay, so when we do cover the interest arbitrage, they're gonna sell euro forward contract. Go ahead.
the people with euros will want to invest domestically, if their interest rate higher,
Yes,
so they're going to sell at a greater discount when they're buying dollars.
put it one like more straightforward. So when US people try to capitalize the higher interest rate in another country, we're gonna sell the foreign currency forward. Because we're gonna sell them the foreign currency so we can convert it into US dollar. When we keep selling foreign currency forward the contract, the forward rate is gonna go down, okay? Like when we talk about demand, in the forward market, the demand, the supply gonna be higher. Then it's downward pressure on forward contracts. Do I make here clear enough? Yes, okay. So question we have, yeah, I think we have time. Question 21. Assume that the bid rate for Singapore dollar is 0.4, ask is 0.41 at banks X, and bid rate for Singapore dollar is 0.242, ask rate is 0.425 on Z. Can you find out the arbitrage, locational arbitrage profit? I'm gonna give you a little time. Please calculate the locational arbitrage profit. And in the exam, because here it's a locational arbitrage, it can be a triangle arbitrage or cover interest arbitrage. Not always in locational arbitrage calculation. So basically, you're gonna buy at bank X and sell at bank Y. Okay. Just remember when we convert US dollar into foreign currency amount, we use indirect quotation. But we only have direct quotation. Then the first step gonna be divide, okay? So when we convert the US dollar into foreign currency, we're gonna divide the ask rate. One more time. Okay, which answer you get? How many of you guys get D? Okay, so the answer is D. And so what you're gonna do is that we're gonna use the 1 million divided by the ask rate at X, then multiply with bid rate of Z, and then you get the D. Question 22, this is a triangular arbitrage. I'm gonna again give you a little time, let you look at this triangular arbitrage. What's the profit to implement the triangular arbitrage? So the first step is to find out which currency is overpriced, right? So the first step gonna be so we use two direct quotation to determine which currency is overpriced. So the bid price is gonna be 1.65 divided by 0.56, right? It's crossing. And the ask rate will be 0.62 divided by 0.55. We're gonna find that British pound is overpriced. So you're gonna when you have 10,000, you're gonna first convert it to British pound, then convert it to New Zealand dollar. So it's US dollar to British pound to New Zealand dollar, and then finally back to US dollar. What do you get?
We have 15.7.
Yeah, thank you very much. So how many will you get the choice C? Some.
Well, can I ask a question? So when we do like the bid and the ask, and they're both underpriced,
Mhm.
is that how like they both have to be underpriced to know that the pound is overpriced, or
I
is
mean-
just one of them?
For our semester, yes.
Okay.
I mean, if it's one is overpriced, another is underpriced, then it becomes complicated. It
Yeah.
will be like graduate level class.
Okay.
Yeah. So for our semester, it's kind of a simplified version.
Okay.
So first, we're gonna convert US dollar to British pound. And we can buy British pound at ask price. We get 6,000 something British pound. Then we're gonna sell British pound at bid price. So it will be the market price here. So it's 1 pound equals to 2.95 New Zealand dollar. That's a New Zealand dollar we're gonna get. Then we're gonna sell New Zealand dollar at the bid price. So the bid price is 0.55. And then we found that the profit is $15.43. Okay, any question for this one? Any questions? Questions? Okay, if no, question 23, if interest rate parity exists, which one is not feasible? Okay, so I'm gonna, let's just try you guys, like, Lucas Windows. What's the answer? Okay, so, Nate, Jeff. So it's cover interest arbitrage. Do you agree? Yeah, so it's a cover interest arbitrage. In the question 24, Assume that the US interest rate is 10%, British interest rate is 15%. Interest rate parity exists. Remember, we have the same question in the class, right? So which one is the correct answer? Keaton. Correct? Correct? Yes, thank you very much. So basically, because the interest rate parity holds, US investor will only earn 10% no matter what happens. Okay. So the last one is straightforward. So what's the forward rate on British pound? When US interest rate is 13, British interest rate is 10%. So I'm gonna give the interest rate parity formula. So that's a premium discount, and I will give you a little time to do the calculations. Okay, Eric, Helen. It's premium or discount? Okay, how many you get a premium? Okay, so that's today's class. Thank you very much for being here and the participants. And our exam will be on next Thursday. So next class. No, next Thursday. Next class. Okay. So it's the 23rd. Oh my God. I think today is the Thursday. I don't know why.